sweet beans, welcome back to the Little Reader's Corner. So I went on a bit of a break. Basically I was just really busy. I was busy with school basically the whole time. I didn't have a real weekend for like 4 weeks straight. And then after that, I was kind of just using my weekends to watch TV and not read. I basically read one book in the last 3 months. So really making any kind of wrap up of that would be kind of useless, especially because I still have a secret TBR going on. So that's what's been going on. I know I'm late to Vlogmas, but since I now have 3, almost 4 full weeks of freedom from school and some holiday vacation time, I'm gonna use this time to get back into filming videos, hopefully pre-film some videos so that I can kind of stay on track and not miss a bunch of time when I get back to school next quarter, which is actually my last quarter in university, so that's exciting. So I'm deciding to join Vlogmas. I considered daily vlogging for about 1 millisecond and immediately just threw that out with the day's trash because there wouldn't be anything to really share. So I think I'm going to stick to weekly vlogging. I'm a week late, but what you gonna do? What are my plans for this week? Well, I just finished 2 out of 3 of my finals. I had to turn in a final portfolio for my climate fiction class. What a joy. Then I turned in my final essay for my political economic theory class. And tomorrow I have my last final exam for my comparative foreign policy class. So I'm gonna get that done early in the morning. Today I'm just studying. But otherwise, that is it. I'm excited, I'm thrilled. I'm trying to figure out some fun videos to film for you guys for the month of December, but also for next month. So if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm definitely going to be doing some favorite videos of the year, favorite movies, books, TV shows, that kind of thing. Also anticipated releases because there's some good stuff coming out. Might do a couple fun holiday vlogs in the midst. And then of course I'm doing some fun holiday vlogs. So if you have anything else you'd like to see, let me know. I have 2 secret videos coming out, so that'll be fun. But let's get going. I'm currently burning one of my favorite candles of all time. This is the Dark Academia candle from Wick and Whimsy. They just restocked for their winter supply, but I wasn't able to get any. I think they might still have a couple of the small 8 ounces of their new winter candles. So if you're interested, they're wonderful. So now I just have to study for my last exam. So let's go. Hello! Okay, so it is Wednesday. I just picked up a coffee and also like a coconut bar thing, so that's exciting. It's like my first time going out in like 2 weeks or so, but I basically just been going to this coffee shop, so. Hello! Okay, so we're back home. I have my coffee. It's a mocha. I don't know if I mentioned that. I did add some of my own vanilla syrup in there just for a little extra kick. And this is my little baked good. It's a little coconut brownie thing. Looks like a good time. Okay, so I finished all my classes. I finished all my finals. It's now Wednesday. I was going to film yesterday, but after just the stress of that last final, I had to basically just decompress entirely. And then I submitted 2 graduate school applications, and then after that I was done for the day. So my parents and I actually celebrated. I rented a movie from the Apple store because, you know, almost everything is streamable these days, which is like, first off, like an immense privilege, but also it's weird because then it makes you feel so entitled when there is a movie that isn't on a streaming service, and I hate that it gives you that feeling of entitlement. It's so weird, but like that's how I've been feeling. And it's a stupid feeling, shouldn't exist, but that's the reality of it. So I decided as like a little special celebration that I finished my second to last quarter of university, I decided to rent a movie that was supposed to come out in theaters. I think it was supposed to be like either in the summer or in August, and I'd been waiting to see this movie for most of the year. Of course, at like, you know, in March, I realized that that might not be a reality. But basically, it just didn't come out in theaters at all, of course, which was, you know, disappointing, but also I wouldn't have been able to go anyways. So like, you know, just overall, eh. But you know, there's so many worse things to be worrying about right now, so, you know, it's fine. But I just decided to treat myself. Since I finished the quarter, I finished all my finals, so I decided to rent it off the Apple Store. Oh, my friend Amy's calling. Hang on. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. So it's a little bit later in the day. I played some Sims for quite some time. Then did a little bit of chores. And I just had lunch, which was some leftover food from our Thai takeout yesterday. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I just had some tom kha gai soup and it was amazing. I think I might just watch a movie now because I'm feeling a little bit emotionally raw from my therapy session earlier, so I'm just gonna relax, chill a little bit. I might read. I haven't read in quite some time. I've just read like one book over the past 3 months, so the whole idea of reading is a little foreign to me right now. Reading for fun, completely different topic. I don't know. Let's go see what books I have. Let's see what my options are. Because I kind of want to start something new. Okay, don't judge me, but this is as good as the library situation is going to get right now. So, I do have these fun books, some Spanish language learning, got some Lord of the Rings. I just finished this book. I could read this copy of Fence, Striking Distance, that I got from, I think, Maddie for my birthday. Ooh, International Relations, hello. I could continue reading this Rise to Globalism book. Now that is spicy. But I think I might read the second Avant-Garde's graphic novel. I love this graphic novel with my entire soul. I read the first one, like, I think last year, and it's just fantastic. It's basically like, this is a team right here of basketball players, and they're going to a liberal arts college, and like, none of them, oh boy. And basically, none of them are very like adept at basketball. I think one of them is, but they're all come from completely different backgrounds and have totally unique personalities, and it's just a good time. I'm pretty sure I got this from Katie, from Katie's Book Nook for my birthday, so kind of want to read this one. I've also been meaning to reread Saga, which is down there. Oh, another spicy read, Foreign Affairs. Preventing the Next Crisis, or Predicting the Next Crisis. That also sounds fun and juicy. Oh, I've been meaning to read Felix Ever After. Ooh, that would be a good one. Maybe I'll do that after the graphic novel so I can kind of get my way into it. Oh yeah, and Majesty. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I still need to finish Thieves of Weirdwood, so that's something. And then back here I got a couple more books. I've read some of these. But still gotta get to a couple more. So that's what it's looking like right now. I think I will do the Avant-Gardes. Since it's going to be short, I can get a little bit back into reading before I do something longer. So I think I'm going to start this one today. Yeah, it sounds nice and relaxing. I might even do a face mask. So
Let's go.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to...
Hi, so it is Thursday. I brought my mom to work this morning, and then I got some baking supplies at Target, so excited about that. My friend Amy and I are thinking about doing like a Great British Bake Off kind of festive baking thing where the two of us pick a recipe and we both try to make it. So that's gonna be fun. I don't think it's happening this week, but I think it'll be happening next week, so that's gonna be exciting. So I haven't talked really about what I'm reading this week. I have started reading The Avant-Gardes, which I started reading yesterday, and I'm loving it so much. If you haven't read this series yet, it is fantastic. I read the first volume last year. I think I already told you that though. But it is wonderful. Absolutely check it out. It is just one of those heartwarming graphic novels that makes you feel goopy inside. And as I mentioned, since I haven't really read that much in the last 3 months, I don't want to just start trying to read a 500-page book because I know that my brain just can't handle that right now. I'm still on the slip and slide down from all the stress and anxiety from finals week. So we're dealing with that. It's going fine. But I decided that since I started reading this graphic novel, and since it was going pretty gosh darn well, I think that just starting off with a ton of graphic novels and comics that I've been meaning to read is probably the best move for me. So I think that's just what we're gonna do for this December. It's way too late for me to do a TBR. So I figured just with my Vlogmas weekly vlogs, I'll let you know what I'm reading. But I just wanted to show you a couple that I was definitely planning on reading. I've been meaning to read all of these for so long. I'm finally gonna get around to it. I'm very excited. So first off, we have the graphic novel adaptation of Juliet Takes a Breath. This is one of my top favorite books of the year. I'll talk about that in my 2020 favorites and top books video, but I never got to talk about this in on my channel when I actually read it in, I think, April or May, because I was just very anxious. The pandemic was, you know, it was happening. I didn't really want to talk about that much stuff that I was reading. I just wanted to enjoy it while I was reading it. So I read Juliet Takes a Breath. This, as I said, is a graphic novel adaptation. It's beautiful. So I can't wait to reread one of my favorite books of the entire year in graphic novel form. I'm so excited. Next, I'm really looking forward to reading Heavy Vinyl. So I've been meaning to read this for some time, and this week I decided, you know what? Now's the time to shine. I'm excited. Let's see. I think it's about a bunch of like outcasts trying to fight the system, and they're like vigilantes working at a record store. Yes, okay. So it's about a group of co-workers working at a local indie record store that's actually a front for a teen girl vigilante squad. Sounds fantastic. I've heard great things. I don't remember who was talking about this. I'm not sure if specifically a booktuber was talking about this or I saw it on a recommendation list on Goodreads, but it's always intrigued me. I love the art style. It's created and written by Carly Houston, and I love Carly Houston. Carly Houston actually also wrote Avant-Gardes. So that was one of the things that immediately drew me in, and it looks beautiful, so I'm excited about that one. And then the last one that I want to make sure that I read this week for starting off with my graphic novels is Giant Days. So this one was mentioned a ton by Books with Leo, and I feel like Books with Leo and I have very similar taste in reading. We're both Dutch, so, you know, I feel a connection there. So she's been talking about Giant Days for quite some time. Like, she always mentions it's one of her favorite series, and she just talked about it recently. So for a while I've been meaning to read it, and I think I'm finally going to start this week. It's basically about some friends in college just dealing with some crappy things that happen and, you know, just trying to make the best of it. And that sounds wonderful. That sounds great. So I'm excited to read these graphic novels this week. This is what I consider to be cozy winter reads. None of them have really anything to do with winter or, you know, the holidays, but this is exactly what I want to be reading during the holidays. Is just, where's the other one? Excuse me. There we go. This is exactly what I want to be reading during the holidays. It's just cozy, comfortable, you know, people dealing with some shit that comes their way and making the best out of life. That is what I want. So I'm really excited. I think I'm going to really dive into this tomorrow, since I've been working on my graduate school applications since I finished my finals. So that's still been like, there's still been some pressure on there. So once I finish my last 2 graduate school applications, which will be tomorrow morning, I will be entirely free of mind and be able to dive into these. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Oh, I think I'll be able to get through all of these by Sunday evening. But I believe my mom and I are baking German Christmas cookies this weekend as well, because I know my dad's getting desperate for some Christmas cookies. And then after that, I really got to catch up on my e-arcs, because with the amount of stress that I had with school, I had to just completely disregard the e-arcs that I had on file. I feel terrible about it, but you know what? I just had to put myself and my mental health first. So I have a lot of catching up to do there, but all of the books that I had on there are books that I was really excited to read. I just couldn't dedicate the time and emotional energy to it, so I'm going to focus on that as well. So that's an update for what's going on. I think we're gonna go relax for a little bit, since I was just working on graduate school applications and I'm feeling a little stressed. So I might watch a movie or watch a show before I have to pick up my mom from work. But that's what's going on with me. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.
But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on.
Down the road the dragons flew, but Emmy and Max knew what to do. They climbed on the backs of the dragon friends. Now the adventures never end. Dragon tales, it's almost time for dragon tales. Come along, take my hand, let's all go to Dragonland. There's Ford, he's the biggest, not so brave of heart. There's Cassie, so shy, also very smart. There's Zach and Wheezy, these tales are fun, 'cause you know 2 heads are better than 1. Dragon tales, it's almost time for dragon tales. Come along, take my hand, let's all go to Dragonland.
Great.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, that was it.
Okay, bye. Hello. So it is now Friday. This morning I woke up early. I got ready for my video statement that I had that I wanted to do for grad school. Ended up not submitting it for it because it was optional, and I just don't think it was strong, like a strong part of my application. So I decided to scrap it and just turn in my applications as is. I finally did it. I submitted all of my graduate school applications. It's done. It's over. I've been working on this since August. My body still doesn't understand that I'm finally done with it, so I'm still kind of in like weird exhausted stress mode. So I'm hoping that I can really wind down this weekend. So I'm very excited to be participating in the cozy Christmas 24-hour readathon that Kira from Kira Foster is hosting with Penguin. And that's this weekend. It's a 24-hour readathon, Saturday through Sunday. I think I'm going to be doing it 12 hours a piece. We'll see how late I can stay up, but that's usually how I best kind of figure it out, because I just can't stay up that late. I will be reading a couple fun things over the weekend. So I actually just finished the Avant-Gardes Volume 2 last night. It was lovely. It took me a little bit to get into it because when I read the first volume a while back, it was a little bit ago, so I didn't fully remember what had happened last time, so it took a little bit to adjust and remember what the storylines were. Also, something that I really loved about this volume is the first volume followed this character and like her story and her arc, but this one actually focused on actually all the other characters. Yeah. All like of the other characters had more of a focus in this one, which I really liked because we got some backstory about at least 4 characters that we didn't really know that much about from the first volume, at least as far as I can remember. And it was just such a joy. So after getting halfway through it, it became a lot more of a routine and my brain remembered how to read. So that's good. That's the whole point of me starting off with so many graphic novels, is so that I can get back into the pace of reading and actually enjoy it, because beforehand, while I was in classes, my brain just does not feel that reading is a fun activity to do while I'm super stressed, because I just can't concentrate. I just constantly think about all the other things I should be doing, and it just doesn't work out really well. So I'm still working on figuring out all of that, but that's why, you know, when I finally have a break from classes like this, then I can really get back into reading. So now I'm trying to decide which of these 3 I'm going to start off the readathon with tomorrow. Because I actually think I might try to read some of A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow by Laura Taylor Nami. I really want to read this. I've been wanting to read this for ever since before it came out. I think I might have requested an e-arc of this. I don't think I got it, but yeah, this has been on my radar for quite some time and I'm really excited. It sounds super cute. It's basically about Lila, and she's going to England to kind of like clear her mind and have a summer away after, I think, her graduation. Yeah, she was going to be the head baker at a panaderia and move in with her best friend, but then everything kind of starts falling apart. So instead she decides to spend a couple months in England to relax and kind of find herself again. And yeah, so I'm excited. It looks like it discusses mental health as well, and it looks like there's a cute romance. It looks like there's a lot of great character development, so I'm excited. So I might try to read this over the weekend. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a little going, oh hello, with my graphic novels today. So either we'll start with Juliet Takes a Breath, which I'm so excited about because I loved the book so much, and just diving back into it but in a different format is going to be lovely. So I might start with that one. This just sounds fantastic. I talked about it yesterday, so I'm not going to go over it again, but it sounds fantastic. Giant Days. I might just start with Giant Days because I've been wanting to read this for so long too. Ever since Leora was talking about it, so maybe I'll just peruse this one for a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, so I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a start and then maybe lie down and watch something, because as I mentioned, my anxiety is still very present, so I'm still feeling like tense all over. I did some yoga this morning. Hope y'all are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye! Good morning. It is Saturday. I'm excited to get started with the 24-hour readathon. I have the cutest mug. You need to get ready. Why am I tearing up? Oh my god. Okay. This is the cutest mug ever. Oh, sweet gnome. I love it. Okay. So it's about 5 minutes until Touch of Whimsy Book Club starts their live show. I'm the moderator in chat. That's me. So I'm just chatting to some people, answering some questions, but I'm excited. Yay. And then after that, I start the 24-hour festive cozy Christmas readathon that Penguin and Kira from Kira Foster are doing. So yay. Sweet Peaches, what is up? So, I've been doing a lot of reading for the readathon. I finished Giant Days. This was fantastic. At first, since I wasn't familiar with the characters, it took a little bit of adjustment, but then after I think like the second chapter, I was just really feeling it. This was lovely. I also found out that there are 20 or so volumes of this, and they're available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're interested and you have Kindle Unlimited, a great option, because also the physical copies are quite expensive. I was able to get this for $10, which is still pricey since it's quite small, but it's definitely cheaper than many graphic novels. So I think I'm definitely going to continue reading these either from my digital library, or maybe I'll consider getting Kindle Unlimited. But it's lovely always to have the first volume of a graphic novel. Maybe one day, far in the future, I will collect all of them. But now I'm going to start reading Heavy Vinyl, so that'll be lovely. And then after that, I think I'm going to start Juliet Takes a Breath. And throughout all of this, while I was baking cookies with my mom yesterday, I have been reading A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. This is wonderful. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I needed. It's just like a sweet contemporary romance. It has a lot of character background and a lot of familial connections. It has some really intense moments kind of going through it, but overall it's just kind of a breath of fresh air from a lot of like heavy fantasy books. So I always like to pick up a contemporary romance when I feel like I'm kind of in a reading slump, because there's not too much world building to digest, because they take place in the world that we're already familiar with. So I don't have to learn a lot of new places or magic systems or names or things like that. It's just kind of grounded in reality. So that's how I like to approach getting back into reading. I'm currently on page 68. It's about like a 300-page book. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish it today, since I'm not a fast reader, and already 70 pages in just like a few hours of reading is already pretty good for me. So not sure if I'll be able to finish it, but I'll probably be finishing it in the next vlog. So that'll be something. So I'm going to go read now. See you in the next clip for an update. Hello! So I just finished reading Heavy Vinyl. This was also pretty fantastic. Like, it was a very short storyline, but also, I mean, come on, short graphic novel. Short storyline, but I really like all of the characters. I think they all have like really fun dynamics. And it's basically like vigilante girl group fights the patriarchy, fights crime out in the streets. It's just a good time. It's a joy. And they work at, it's called Heavy Vinyl because they work at a vinyl store. I think their vigilante group is called Heavy Vinyl, and the store is called Vinyl Destination. But they work at a record store, so there's a lot of like music references. It takes place in 1998, which is my birth year. Ooh, so that's exciting. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. Oh my gosh, so I've made it through 3 graphic novels so far. Feeling good. Honestly, if you ever are feeling like you're in a reading slump, I mean, feel free to disregard this, but I always feel a lot better after I finish something, like when I'm recovering from a reading slump, because this didn't even take an hour to read. I had a really good time. I'm definitely looking forward to rereading it when I look at the second one, because the second one just came out recently, and I think I can lend it from my digital library. I think I'm pretty sure. But it's always just nice to feel accomplished after you have a bit of a reading slump. So definitely enjoy that feeling. Now I think I'm going to mix things up a little bit. I think I'm going to start playing a Studio Ghibli movie in the background while I read A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. I'm definitely going to play a Studio Ghibli movie that I've already seen, because otherwise I'm going to be distracted from reading the entire time by like trying to figure out what's going on. But if I do one that I've already seen quite a few times, like Howl's Moving Castle, then I think I can get that sweet, calm, cozy atmosphere that I'm trying to get with the 24-hour Cozy Christmas Readathon. But you know, I won't be distracted by it. So I'm gonna do that. I also got a little treat because I was planning for this. I mean, first off, I've been drinking my caramel iced latte this time, which is just a good time all around. But let me get my little sweet treat. I'm very excited because they finally had my favorite kind of Pocky back in stock. Okay, I have two favorite kinds of Pocky, but they had the almond crunch one. I love the almond crunch one. So I'm very excited. I'm going to pop open this box, start consuming some delicious almond crunch Pocky. I'm so excited. Watch a Studio Ghibli movie, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to be reading as well. So I'm excited. I think it's gonna be fun, cute, and cozy. Yay! And then later today, my mom and I are going to bake more cookies, so exciting. Hello, so we've made it to the end of Vlogmas week 1. I've read a couple books this week. I got started on A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow. This so far has been a lovely book. I'm still just about 80 pages in, so I didn't get that much further the other day. I just spent most of the day a little bit relaxing, taking some time for me. I read a lot of graphic novels this weekend. But mostly I was baking a lot of cookies, so that took up most of my time. But the books that I was able to finish are these 3 graphic novels. So I finished Heavy Vinyl, which I already talked about a little bit, but overall it was a great read. If you enjoy music, the late 90s, gas girls fighting and not taking any bullshit, then this is it. I also really enjoyed Giant Days, which, you know, if you enjoy stories about people just finding themselves, friendship, university, then this would be something for you. It is on Kindle Unlimited, so I just got I think 2 months for only $5 or something, but also you can do 4 weeks for free. So I'm going to start really reading these on there, so that's really exciting. And as I already mentioned, I finished The Avant-Gardes, which was a lovely sequel graphic novel to the first one. I actually just found out that I wrote a blog post on the first one as well, so it's a good time. You should check it out. I'll leave that in the description. But that's what I read this week. I also made 2 different German cookie recipes. The first recipe was Haferflocken Nussgebäck, which is basically oats, almond meal, and a lot of almonds and sugar. A good time. Those are, we've almost eaten all of. And then the second batch of cookies that we made were Vanillekipferl, and those are basically also almond flour and a lot of vanilla, I think is mainly what it is, but they are delicious. They are a good time. So you can look up those recipes if you're interested, but I'll be baking more German Christmas cookies next week, so look forward to that. But that's the end of this reading vlog. I think this coming week I'm going to be reading more of Giant Days. I'm also going to be reading more of A Cuban Girl's Guide to Tea and Tomorrow, and I'm going to get started on the graphic novel I didn't get to, which is Juliet Takes a Breath. So that's it for this one. I hope to see you in the next one. Please be kind to yourselves, and I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!